Man, they squabbling. And this is what we this is what we love. This is the game that we love. J. Cole, 2 weeks later, came outside. He got smacked in front of his son and said, "You know what? I'm not going for it." He picked up the microphone before Aubrey and said, "What's good, Kendrick?" And he said some things that certain people have said. But you know what? Sincere the Rap Snob, he called your man out. He's talking down to your man on top of that. What you gotta say?
Talking down in some parts, talking up in some other parts. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But look, let me not even try to front. All right. Yeah, I said as much 2 weeks ago when we discussed this. I think I said Cole might have a shot at really putting some chinks in Kendrick's armor right now. And I wasn't wrong. I just heard this 7-minute drill, and that boy is going off. And he definitely landed some punches on this. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the lyrics now. He had a little funny line about, you know, he's still doing shows, but he fell off like The Simpsons. It's cool. It's funny. And it's also accurate. The Simpsons been fell off. Not Kendrick. Now look, I understand. Look,
nigga.
Well, what I like about this, and I'm gonna take it all the way back to, you know what I mean, 20 plus years ago. I remember how I felt as a Nas fan when Takeover dropped, and hearing Hov land some punches on my guy Nas, and it didn't feel good. And this doesn't feel good either, because he landed punches. The track is fire, the delivery is dope, and then the beat switched to a conductor beat.
Conductor.
Oh, bro, that man really pissed you off, man. That man really pissed you off. He talks about, which I honestly appreciate how candid he's being about this, even within the ferocity of the bar. He talked about how he's kind of conflicted about going at Kendrick. You know what I mean? But that he was getting prepped. People was hitting him in the text, in the DMs, like, yo, you got to say something. And so he was like, yo, if violence is what they want, violence is what they're going to fucking get. You know what I mean? Overall, it's a fire track. He definitely landed some punches on my boy Kendrick. Obviously, I'm not counting Kendrick out. Kendrick is absolutely going to come back to this, right? He has to. But here's the thing, though. I want to focus on these bars right here. Your first shit was a classic, praise. Your last shit was tragic, I bet. Your second shit put motherfuckers to sleep, but they gassed it. Listen, Cole, you do not have an album that's even sniffing to Pimp a Butterfly. So pump your brakes. And then your third shit was massive, and that was your prime. So he's giving him praise in the diss track. You know what I mean? So I honestly, if you're gonna go for a diss track, just go all the way gutter. Just talk your shit. Don't intermix some praise in there, like, you know what I mean? Like, you actually look up to the guy, but you're
that's where I want to come in right here.
Come on, man.
Because honestly, if we'll let Sin talk, he'll talk for 15 minutes straight about this shit. So we're gonna have to just jump in. I am with Sincere the Rap Snob 125%. Motherfuck the big three. It's just Big Me. I do not want to hear you say, I gotta punch you, but I really don't want to. Nigga, we outside. We scrapping. Don't tell me who did this. Don't tell me this nigga album. Niggas gassed. They did gas to Pimp a Butterfly. It's okay. We've been saying it for years. But don't say that in one breath and then say that's my brother. He's not your brother anymore. You guys are not friends. You're fighting. You're squabbling. If you're gonna get in the ring with Kendrick Lamar, you gotta be 10 toes down. Your back gotta be straight. Word to Aubrey. You can't halfway it, because you're gonna lose to this guy. Because listen, I'm gonna say it right now. It's good, but it's not enough. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at with it right now. My socks are still on. My socks didn't fly off. He didn't knock my socks off. I'm not impressed like that. I'm glad he responded, but you got to scrap. I think he's playing it. It better. He ain't doing enough. That's where I'm at. He ain't doing enough. Go ahead, Sid. I see.
No. Well, okay. So he didn't do enough. All right. I think it's substantial. I don't want to disregard it or discredit it. But yeah, I mean, this might be a point to what Mace was saying, where, and I don't want to take any bars away from Mace and what he's gonna say, but Cole just might be too nice for the battling and for the scrapping. And I don't mean nice, like, you know what I mean, and not nice in the bars, but just a nice guy. He might his disposition might be too nice to really get down in the trenches and in the mud. You know what I mean? What do you think, Mace?
Cole might be too nice, but as far as these two, Cole is up 1-0 right now on Kenny, man. Listen, bro, he's up 1-0 on Kenny right now. Listen, I love to like that verse. I love the beat. I love I love Future on the hook. But if we gonna act like, snatching chains and doing whatever the tattoos was crazy, then yeah, whatever J. Cole just gave to Kenny was kind of dangerous. Listen, I felt like I went to the track credits. I had to see if Jaws had some ghostwriting credits on here because, I don't know if J. Cole watches the Rap Roundtable, but that sounded like an assessment that I've heard before of Kendrick's discography, you know what I'm saying? But listen,
did I not say damn is where he needs to be at?
You feel me? Listen, this is, I understand he gave him props before the fight, but this is like, when Mike Tyson was about to take out Larry Holmes and you just felt bad for him, you know what I'm saying? You was like, this guy was a once great fighter. I realized he looks flabby and sick now, you know what I mean? But I promise 6 years ago, this nigga was in his prime. I promise y'all. Listen, J. Cole, listen. This was a light tap. You could tell J. Cole didn't even really want to have to destroy this dude, but you know what I mean? He letting them know this is, you know what I mean, one hot verse for every 30 months, did he say? You know what I mean? Listen, that was about 30 months ago. That was about 30 months ago.
Just real quick, I also want to acknowledge the bars where, like, Cole really feels some type of way about Kendrick. And this goes back to what I was saying the last time.
Mate, Sin. Let Dini cook. You can't clean the plate. You gotta let niggas eat, son.
I will, but he really feels like Kendrick has a facade, and it's crazy. And there's a lot of people that really feel that. He really touched.
There's a lot of people that feel that way. You know what I mean? And that's why this
feel that way.
Listen. And that's why this is going to land. You know what I mean? Because he's saying a lot of things that a lot of niggas feel about Kendrick.
But be clear.
That's
be
what
clear.
Cole did with Takeover, and it wasn't all true. So anyway.
But there's a lot of truth to what Kendrick Lamar said. But I want to be clear before I pass it to Dini. Where niggas was unbeknownst or unaware, we were the first podcast, platform, whatever you want to call it, to say it sure sounded like J. Cole's talking to Kendrick. I ain't hear nobody else say that. From studio steppers, before anything else, we was the first ones. So, I think he talked, and now full circle again, calling him a fraud. I'm taking a little victory lap for the Rap Roundtable because we be listening when y'all tell us we be overreading into shit. Nah, nigga, we love rap and we know competitiveness as New Yorkers. Nothing like competing with niggas. Our best friends, nigga, we know this shit. Dini, what's good, Dini?
And listen, right, just on Monday, I'm sorry, but on Monday I said he was going to say something at Dreamville Fest. He's 2 days ahead of schedule.
Come on, bro.
2 days ahead of schedule, bro. Cole was watching. He was like, oh, word, Sunday? Nah, I got y'all Friday.
Might delete later, huh? Dini, bro. What's good? How you feeling about this? They squabbling, Dini.
What's happening, Dini?
I'm 10 toes down. My brother made C though. You're like, Sin's wilding the fuck out, bro. If you don't think this is a major turn in events, you're on drugs, bro. Like,
I was the one who said it wasn't. Sin ain't say that. I said it wasn't enough.
Then you're on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all both are on drugs. Like, this is major. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you want. He hit a lot. He landed a lot of points, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Like, there's a lot of like. first of all right, you got a kid, you got a son, Macito, y'all got boys, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't no like I had to big him up before. This is more like, you know, when you gotta put hands on this little nigga for getting crazy, and it's like, you my son, this gonna hurt me more than this gonna hurt you, little nigga. This was one of those, bro. This wasn't no my brother, I don't want to hurt him. Nah, this was basically like you're a legend. You get what I'm saying? I can't just come out and just say you ass. You get what I'm saying? The free word knows you're nice. So I'm gonna line it up and be like, he's nice. So niggas can't use that against your bug and Kendrick got classes. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna line you up perfect, and then I'm gonna knock you down. That's what he did. This wasn't no big you up. This was basically I'm gonna put you right here, and I'm gonna cook you slowly. This is a rotisserie. You know what I'm saying? A slow roast till I get everything off the bone, bro. Like he cooked him. Like we're not gonna act like those bars were not hard. There were bars harder than anything Kendrick said on like that.
But all right, look. I want to make it clear. I'm not saying that the bars didn't land. I just felt like he was holding back too much. I don't want to hear any more. This ain't NBA where we could play and I could dap you at the end. Don't say you my brother. It hurts me more. I don't want to hear that. Kendrick, when Kendrick come outside, he don't care who he cool with. He going at you.
Absolutely not.
Bro. You don't think Kendrick is hearing these bars and already getting aggressive again?
You right? Like, that's why
Kendrick's the type of motherfucker that's he sniffs the fear. He smells the fear in Cole.
And he mocks you.
You know what I mean? If you even drop a line where he feels like you're hesitant, he's going full mode for the jugular.
All right, boom. Think about the single to Dan. That nobody knew in real time he was talking to Big Sean. He called him a little bitch in the chorus. Little bitch, be humble. This is the type of nigga you dealing with here. So all that, I don't want to do this, but I have to. We don't want that. Once you decide to press record, all right. Once you press record and you decide that you are, and you know what? Credit to J. Cole, the first one, more cojones than Drake, the first one to actively step in the ring across from Kendrick Lamar. But
once I told you he was going to be the first one too, man.
Absolutely. Once you decide to press play or record in this regard, the gloves are off. Because that man you going up against is not going to fight fair. He's not going to say, we were once cool, but I got to do this to you. He said, y'all can't fuck with me. So now you got to prove him wrong. Like what Magic said in the Olympic game, in the Dream Team practice, you got to go get him back. That's where we at now. It ain't no friends.
My thing is, he's. I understand the angle that Kendrick, that y'all saying Kendrick could play, but J. Cole is mocking Kendrick. He said the only reason we discussing this nigga is because he mentioning me. He said, yo, when you was in your prime, you ain't have nothing to say. Now you know I'm the number one nigga. You clout chasing.
Yeah, but control did happen though. We can't say that. Control happened.
Hold up.
Jermaine Cole?
Hold up, wait. Oh, he did.
J. Cole said he's in his prime now. We talking about 11 years ago now? That's what we giving King?
So what you saying that Cole only got balls because he think Kendrick is washed?
Listen, maybe Kendrick just got washed. You know what I mean? He's saying I got better. It's not my fault. This nigga then, you know what I mean? His last joint was tragic.
Well, he said. What did he say? He said he's gonna swat him like a fly or some shit. Like that's how he's feeling.
I mean,
right.
But again, it goes to everything.
You got the right one.
Like, Cole is really ascended. Like it took his 10, 20, 30,000 hours, but he's really ascended to this point where he could really poke out his chest and talk his shit.
Wow, son.
It took a while. Let's be honest.
It did take a while.
Let's be honest.
Wow.
Not 30 months?
I'll be honest. Huh?
Longer than 30 months?
Longer than that, yes.
All right. Shit.
Yes.
You know what? I love to see it. I mean, I'm excited to see because at this point now officially Kendrick is on the clock. Yeah. Somebody got in the ring. I mean, to me, this just makes Drake look like an even bigger sucker. That's how I'm sorry, Drake. We gotta say it. Drake is a sucker. You like Cole unless J. Cole is J. Cole working on behalf of Aubrey.
When you listen to the first
I felt like Drake was giving them the Draymond. Yeah, he was giving him the Draymond speech in the studio, bro. You know that. You know Drake was gassing this man up.
The hook sounded like Drake was a part of the goddamn hook. I'm listening to the
Didn't the sample sound a little bit like Enemies a little bit? Did it sound like Enemies by Drake a little bit?
Like Sleep with Cole? Is that what we're saying? Drake is
Yo,
living
like he
vicariously with Cole
might
right now?
have to. He might have
Hey.
to.
Galactus and the Silver Surfer, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Send my herald to cook this nigga. Exactly.
I don't know. Drake is sucking up.
But then you might be right
no,
because
You got to get through Goro to
today.
get to Shang Tsung, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
He dropped today. Maybe the second half comes out during the festival.
Yeah,
Sin, give us your theory. Give us your theory, Sin.
Let's talk about that. The song is called 7 Minute Drill, but the song is exactly 3.5 minutes long. So he's only giving us half right now. Where's the other half? When is that dropping?
interesting.
On the
Very
Dreamville stage?
Perfect time to do it would be the perfect time. All eyes.
And he does this right before Dreamville Fest.
The Drake tour ends this Friday, guys.
Is Ari gonna be on stage for the
Drake
Dreamville
tour
event?
ends this Friday.
Hold on, it's about to get spooky this weekend.
Shout out to Al. I think Al
Stop
gonna
Scary
pop up.
hours.
Shout out to Al.
Listen, real quick. In the 50th year, shouts to hip hop right now. In the 51st year, honestly. Shouts to hip hop right now, man, because this shit's giving me goosebumps. It's giving me that feeling. Let's go.
They squabbling, bro.
They squabbling.
This is what it's all about. The nice niggas scrapping. That's all we asking
That's
for.
it.
You know what I mean?
That's
And I want to
it.
make a proclamation right now. If you was a nigga who never liked J. Cole, you one of them types, and you already jumping out the window trying to poo-poo it, we don't give a fuck. We don't. You can type what you want to type this weekend. You can say what you want to say, and you're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. But it's scrapping, and if you're not indulging in the scrappiness, just keep your bullshit opinions to yourself. Oh, it's mid, it's whack, it's good. Fuck you. It's good. It's good for the sport. It's good for the sport that you love. Yes. Sorry, Pete Rock. Rap is a sport to us. This is awesome. You know what I mean?
Bullshit.
When we found out this shit dropped, we was in the midst of a recording. Stop that recording, like, because we all the culture stopped, nigga. If you can't appreciate that, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
And then, but full disclosure, we thought it was because we had heard there was some smoke in the air for Friday. We thought it was gonna be Drake.
Yeah.
Still not Drake. Where's he at?
I'm hyped.
But shout out to Cole. You did good, Cole. You did good.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at some of these bars, man.
Punch on Twitter. He tweeted out LOL. So you know what I mean? Maybe the street said that Kendrick's verse was bait. Maybe J. Cole's verse is more bait. So I'm, Kendrick must got some smoke somewhere, bro.
Yeah,
I hope.
Oh man, I love this game.
Yeah,
well,
look,
months.
We're gonna react to the full project on the live. We just wanted to get into this because that's all we've been waiting for was a response of some kind. So tune into our live on Monday. We got a whole lunch hour for you pulling up right now. So don't go nowhere. Don't get fired because this is one of them episodes. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But lock in. Hell of an episode on deck. Tune into that. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable returns with another edition, another rendition, another installment of the vaunted, the problematic, the troublesome, the dangerous lunch hour. It's your boy Joff here alongside Sister the Rap Snob, alongside Dini the Balance, alongside the homie Mace. As always, as you file in, hit that like button, run the comments up, run the subs up. Salute to 15K. We're already at 15.1K, so somebody likes us. You know, the internet's such a fickle place. You come on, you read comment sections, and you think everybody hates your guts. Then you look at the subscriber count, and it's still going up. So somebody must like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take the good with the bad.
There you go. This
salute to the love, though.
Of course. I mean, salute to the hate too. You know,
Facts.
you can't have one without the other. You know,
That's
so
true.
especially in this digital content creation world, everybody's not gonna love you, and I've had to learn that you can't even really give light to too many people, even if they're being super ridiculous. You just gotta take the punches. You know what I mean? Like Sin say, everything ain't worth the response. Some niggas is not gonna like you, and that's just the reality of the situation. But for the people who do like us, show us some likes by hitting the likes. We need 300 likes on every video, please. You know what I'm saying? I see we getting back in our 300 range.
Back in form.
Run them comments up, whether good or bad. We here for it. Hit the subscribe. Tell a friend or tell a friend. Follow us on the socials: Instagram, Facebook, and of course Twitter. You know what I mean? especially Instagram, go to pause this video, run over to IG, hit the follow. The fact that we got 15,000 subscribers and it's like close to 3,000 followers on Instagram is confusing to me. You know what I'm saying? I know some of the OGs already like IG, but if you have an Instagram, run over there right quick, hit the follow. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? We did all the pleasantries, but we got some things that we need to address.
Absolutely.
More specifically, Tupac Gate. So we dropped episode 94. We were doing a big three comparison, and in real time, nobody was even like thinking about this as even a controversial topic. We were just excited to do a little debate between Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas versus Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. That was the main focus of the conversation. We weren't stirring the pot. We weren't thinking about anything. From the time the episode got uploaded, before it even went live, people are in the comments saying, what about Tupac? What about Tupac? This is not the golden era. What about Tupac?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They saw the thumbnail. You know what I mean? They saw the
picture. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
They saw the thumbnail. They saw the title. What about Tupac? Like everything about the whole release of the episode, not the episode itself. The whole release of the episode was what about, we should just name it What About Tupac? Because it's like
what about Pac?
That'll be 95.
Shit, right? And
that was a good year for Pac too. So you know what I mean?
It was.
That's a fact.
It was the MVP season, and what kills me is, you know, you gotta grant us some grace. We're gonna address the whole thing, but you gotta give us some grace the same way you expect us to give y'all the grace. Y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all saw the title, y'all read the chapters, but you didn't watch the episode. A lot of y'all commented before the episode went live. A lot of y'all commented before y'all watched. A lot of y'all clicked out before the segment even played out to understand what the conversation was even about.
And
so
we know
it's like,
that
how
we see the analytics. So
right there you go. So it's like,
Yeah.
how can you be mad? But when you listen to the conversation, it wasn't. We weren't bloviating about how great specifically Jay-Z, because it's really the Jay-Z of it all. How great he was in the 90s. We were specifically doing a comparison of 6 rappers on 3-on-3 teams. Did we word it wrong? Yes. Did I fuck up saying GOAT Big 3? Yes. Right? But at no point were we even remotely considering slandering Tupac. Because I seen somebody send in the comment section say, you know they don't fuck with Tupac and all this and that. I'm like, bro, we not even talk like that. Like, you know what? Before I pass this and I say this,
Crazy.
There's a lot of people, because again, what I love about YouTube is they tell you everything. A lot of the people who were doing the most loud commenting are people who haven't watched that show probably since 2001, 2021, 22. Maybe we were more troublesome a couple years ago. You're circling back now. You're coming back across the street, and you're thinking that we're belligerent New Yorkers or some New York shit. When the irony of it all was, that was like the antithesis of the entire conversation. Again, I'll take my responsibility in misleading with the situation, because it was a situation where if you just read, you would think of something else. But I promise you, if you actually watch the conversation, you realize there's no Tupac slander. There's no dismissing Tupac, no diminishing Tupac. We are requesting some grace as human beings here, and like we gonna make some mistakes, but let's not jump out the window with assumptions. Go ahead, Sam.
So if you allow me, I want to live up to my namesake. I want to be sincere here. You know what I mean? So we pulled up at the table for 94. We had this topic, and here's the thing. If you pay attention, if you draw the lines, you know what I mean? If you draw the parallels, J. Cole deemed this era's big 3. You know what I mean? Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Back in 97, Jay mentioned that era's big 3. Who's the best MC? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. That's literally all we were basing the conversation on. You know what I mean? Drawing that parallel between, you know what I mean, an MC that, look, we could take it all the way back to 97. Hove, he might have felt like he wasn't getting the respect that he thought he deserved. Just the same way Cole doesn't feel like he's getting the respect he feels he deserves in this era. So he wanted to make sure to put his name in the pot just the same way Hov wanted to make sure to put his name in the pot back then. You know what I mean? And so we were clearly drawing a parallel. Did we communicate that effectively? It doesn't seem like we did. You know what I mean? We dropped the ball in explicitly communicating what the premise of the conversation was. And I'll be honest, I'll pull the curtain even a little bit further back. We were running a little behind on when we pulled up to the table, you know what I mean, to record in the studio. So our frame of mind was just like, let's just jump right in into the conversation and get right into it. You know what I mean? Usually we spend a little bit of time building up, making sure that everybody out there understands the premise and the criteria of the conversation at hand. Maybe we didn't do that this time. It doesn't seem like we did. For that, I apologize. We apologize. But by no means did we try to slight Tupac. We know what Tupac was in that era. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, why would we do that? So that's the part where I'll back up my brother Jarv here in saying that, you know what I mean? Like, grant us some grace. Like, why would you think we would just completely and purposely disregard Tupac, his presence, his discography, his impact in the game? Why would you think we would just purposely disregard that? That's crazy. That's crazy. We were literally just saying big three of the current era, as Cole said it, big three of the 90s era, as Hov said it. You know what I mean? And that was it. And if I'll take complete ownership for this, if I irresponsibly use the term golden era, that's on me too. Please forgive me for that.
And you know what? Let's be clear with the golden era. I don't even think, because we talked about enough rap for close to 20 years. I don't think at no point you've ever said to me that you believe the definitive three of the 90s includes Jay-Z. I don't even think that's ever been a topic that you said that's my 90s top three. I'm pretty sure when you said golden era, you were just speaking about that particular time frame more so than saying they were the top upper echelon of that time frame.
Right, correct. Yeah. Go. And here's the thing: like at some point, I think we need to have a deeper conversation about what in 2024 we consider the golden era, right? And I don't want to get too deep into it right now, but I kind of think that a lot of people have been holding on to like a specific 4-year time frame for like 20 to 25 years, and it's 2024 now. Like, the way I'm thinking is like Reasonable Doubt's not a golden era album. Cuban Links is not a golden era album. I mean, but I digress. I don't want to get too deep into that conversation. But literally all I was doing was I was trying to find a term to counter the current era, the current big three. You know what I mean? And the best term that I came up with was golden era. Just in comparison, in contrast to the current era. Not saying that those were the definitive big three of the gold. Like, it wasn't even, honestly, it wasn't even related, really. It was just a way for me to try to explain it. You know what I mean? To try to put a term to it.
That's it. Again, when I tell you that in the lead up to the episode, no one was remotely thinking about what actually transpired. Like, we were just like, oh, let's see what they're gonna say about our picks type shit. Much like we've been doing with the top 5 episodes, like, let's see what the people's reaction are and what their picks are. We didn't think that this would be like, this was the last thing on our mind, was a situation where like we're gonna. And the thing is, first of all, when did we ever play with Tupac's name on this podcast? I don't even understand that. Like, when have we done? Is it on wax somewhere? Have we ever slandered Tupac? Do we have our beliefs about the Biggie and Tupac beef? Yeah, but do we talk about it? Do we disrespect that man? Have we ever on wax played with Tupac's name? No, never.
He's in at least 2 out of the. He's in one nigga's top 5. He's in one nigga's like top 1. You know what I'm saying? So it's we've been here discussing this shit for quite some time. Like, there's no pop slander here, bro.
And on the other end of that, Tupac fans, go back and run up that Tupac rap roundtable. We had a big discussion on Tupac not too long ago, sometime last summer. Go ahead, go back and run that back so y'all can see all of our real feelings on Tupac. I know a lot of people felt a certain way about this, but we have like a whole Tupac episode, y'all, just talking about his greatness. So Check that out. Run that up, man.
And that's the thing. It's like, one, how quickly they forget, or two, you might be new here, right? Which is understandable. So if you don't understand the context of our discussions, you know what I mean, and in the context of our history and all of our previous content, it's understandable how you might misconstrue what happened in episode 94. But you know what I mean, do the knowledge, go in the back catalog, see what we've said in the past. Like May said, we have a whole tribute episode to Tupac, so please do your knowledge.
This is why the commenting is good. This is why the commenting is good, because we get to actually like break shit down like this. There's a large segment of people that might not have known we had the Pac episode. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these things kind of like help lay the groundwork for shit we already did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all basically watching the movie backwards at this point. So catch up.
That is that, but it needs to be said that you have people who came back across the street with ill feelings. And if it was this easy for you to assume that we were shit on a rapper, that speaks to what you think of us as a platform. You know what I mean? For you to jump all the way over there immediately, niggas didn't even ask us.
It wasn't asking. Yeah,
it wasn't asking. But I will say this, and this is why Jarv and I are, the yin and yang a lot of times. I did see some comments where I felt like they were in earnest trying to hold us accountable. You know what I mean? And on a certain level, I appreciate that. Facts. I mean, on a very real level, like I appreciate, if you pulled up in the comments and was like, nah, but y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all left Pac out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all disregarding him. Like, come on, like I felt some energy that was in earnest, that was true, and that they were trying to just, check us a little bit, hold us accountable. And I don't mind that at all. You know what I mean? It keeps us on our toes. It makes sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do. But there was definitely some people that also pulled on some hater shit. You know what I mean?
And that's what I mean. It's like, it's people who ain't been back since 2022, who those are the early stages, who was like, oh, y'all the Jay-Z podcast. And they were so stuck on Hov being in the thumbnail. Oh, y'all had to force, like y'all say y'all forced Jay-Z onto the thumbnail. Like, bro, like how did y'all conjure that up? Like, did y'all watch the episode? Did we say that these guys were the best three of the 90s? At any point did we say that? No, that wasn't even part of the conversation. And a few comments that I responded to, I asked them, I said, was that part of the conversation? Is that even nearly remotely what we discussed? They didn't comment back. So it's like you didn't watch, you didn't know, you thinking we still on some Jay-Z propaganda trail from the last time you pulled in 2 years ago. And it's like, bro, give us the grace. Watch, even if we fucked up, at the very least you could have said, oh, when they were talking about it, they really wasn't even on it like that. It was a completely different conversation from what I thought they were about to do. It was completely separate. One thing had nothing to do with the other, but nevertheless, make sure to put Tupac in that conversation going forward. And we could have been cool with that. Like, all right, yeah, we left him out in a way that might offend you, but we didn't mean to. And we could have moved on. And we didn't have to address it 15 minutes into the episode. We got to break this down for people who think that we hate Tupac. Because or you're from New York, so you don't like Tupac. Or you're from New York, or you biased. Like, nah, bro, it's not that deep. We're not here to do that. Niggas don't got the time for that no more. And the thing is, like everything is, we always say, there's no curtain here. When we on bullshit, we tell you ahead of time. Literally, when the segment starts, we on our New York shit. We have 2 episodes called New York Bias. We have a 3rd New York Bias on the way. We support endless New York underground artists. And every now and again, a Chicago nigga might pull in and we'll show some love to that nigga as well. We got a nigga from Connecticut the other day, we'll pull him in as well.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, please stop using New York against niggas. Give us that grace. Tap into the pod in earnest, word to sin, and give us the opportunity to elocute our opinions to you before you jump out the window and assume something that's not in fact the case. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter.
And after 5 years of podding, we deserve that grace. You know what I'm saying?
Please. We don't get the love and the acclaim we've gotten just being 4 dickheads with a podcast. Like that's just not who we are.
And again, just the bottom line, like the direction that the whole thing went in. We had the 3 because of the lyric, and we were like, how do we describe these 3? It was not the other way around. We didn't say let's look at the golden era and pick the best three out of the top three, the big three out of the golden era. It didn't go in that direction. It just went, you know what I mean? It went in the opposite direction. We already had the three. How do we describe that? That's all it was.
Not to mention that Nas just said that those three are like me, Biggie, and Jay-Z. Nas just said that.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
We didn't make it up. We didn't decide it. We just follow what we've been seeing. That's it. Thank you, Mace.
I wonder how many people pulled up on Nas's Twitter or his Instagram or his YouTube, like, yo, how you left Pac out, Nas, like,
you feel me?
They'll curse the rap roundtable out, but they'll tell Nas, we understand where you coming from, but those four guys over there, nah. But anyway,
you ain't really mean Death Row East.
Facts. Let's get into the big three. Ultimate big three draft. So again, for the people who may be new to the rap roundtable, don't know what we do, every now and again, we do fantasy drafts on our platform. We love to do it. We just love to have fun. It can't just be opinions about rap. You got to mix it up. You got to have a little fun with it. So we've done. I think we did the King's Disease draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We did another draft that was fun as fuck. I don't remember what it was, but it was the whole Hit Boy era draft?
No, I think we did that one.
Draft?
We did another draft that was fire, but for some reason I can't remember.
Was it Kanye? No, we had the idea of doing Kanye. But anyway, yeah.
I think we were building rap. Oh, it was like rap super groups or something like that. We were
right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So now, with all this big three talk and the negativity that came from it and the positivity that we've now spawned from it, we're gonna do the ultimate rap big three draft. So we're gonna keep it real simple. It's four of us. It's gonna be 12 picks. We can pick any three rappers we want from any era, whether golden or modern, to put together what we would believe are the best big three you could possibly have in rap. Then the fans, the subscribers, the viewers will vote and say which of the four of us have the best possible big three. So if you're new here, you don't know how we do the drafts, you see this hat right here? We got the ping pong balls and we make our picks. This is roundtablemerch.com. You know what I mean? Let me get in the camera, get you one of these. This is one of the exclusive, the one of ones. That's the Crimson joint. You know what I mean? But right now, it's our draft bucket. So we're going to do the draft order. So with the first pick in the draft, you know, let's see what it is. Let's see if Sin finally gets his first pick ever.
Please.
Ah, shit. Macito.
Macito.
Guy's a fortunate guy.
Man.
You're a
San
fortunate
Antonio
guy,
Spurs,
bro.
man.
All right, let's get to the second pick. Man, let's get to the second pick. All right, with the second pick,
we got.
Keep track of this. I'm gonna take this down.
All right, we have Dini with the second pick in the draft. Yet again,
yes, sir.
Yet again,
bro.
Sid and I are picking right before one another. It never fails.
That's
so
how it
let's
works,
see.
Man.
With the third pick in the ultimate rap big three draft. You know what I mean? This paper don't even want to open. There's me. Dog.
Dog.
You know what I mean? And with the last pick, yet again, Sincere the Rap Snob.
Hey,
damn, bro.
Hey,
maybe we should stop snobbing so much. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
The universe is trying to tell me something.
There you go. So first pick is Macito, second pick Dini, third pick me, fourth pick Sincere the Rap Snob. So again, the rules are pretty straightforward.
Yes, sir.
Coming up to the board, we have Macito with the first overall pick in the ultimate rap big three draft.
Come on, and we know same first pick as the last draft, whatever the draft was. It's Tupac, man. Like, come on, man. When we talk about big threes, you know, I can't imagine a better rapper to start off the big three with. You know what I mean? One of the best primes, one of the best discographies, one of the most impactful. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable with this number one pick, 100%.
I mean, and I guess it's some kind of poetry that after all the controversy, y'all saw the draft pick. I didn't cheat. It happened to be Mace. Fate had it that Mace would pick first, and he is the pot guy on the panel. It is what it is. Dini the Balance, you have the second overall pick in the ultimate rap big three draft. Who you got?
Man?
The Jigger Man.
You taking hold from me, bro. That's crazy.
I love you, Joe. I love
That's
you, Joe.
crazy.
Look at this fake ass Nas
talking,
fan.
It's not
Right?
fake ass Nas fan. It's
on.
arguably outside of Drake and Biggie, the greatest rap hip hop fence straddler in the game, bro. The dude can make
Hey yo, man.
Hey yo, you throwing
straddle the fence.
Hey, you.
Come on. Pause. Whatever. But as far as making like the street, like I told, he can't lose, bro. Street anthems that the street niggas respect.
We have it on back. He lost.
Okay. Touche. Hit records that you can play in the spot. Hit records you can play like outside on the park bench, bro, and just outside music that connects. The true mogul of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? No one's done what he's done with it. You know what I'm saying? I know, we always laugh at him, but he is Beyonce's husband. That does count for something. It's a magical thing. Shout out to her.
Why you take Nas? Why you ain't take Nas so Sin could pick somebody else? Why you had to stab me?
We're playing games or we're playing games. What we doing out here? It's a draft, baby. It's a draft.
Man.
So Nas is not a good pick?
Nah, Nas is a Fizz Hamlet's pick, but my pick is Jay-Z.
Go take Nas.
I didn't think your pick was going to be Jay-Z.
Well, it's my pick. I'm saying go pick Nas. I got Nas.
Oh, no. You're next.
I got Nas then, since I can't take Hov.
Well, we know where Sin's going.
You had
now that you got
Nas.
Now that you got Nas, we know where Sin's going.
What you mean?
I mean, I have no choice. I have a choice.
Really, nigga?
This is tough. No, this is tough. I'm gonna have to be strategic about it and see. Yeah, I'm going Kanye.
Oh. Wow.
Whoa.
Listen,
I'm not mad at the pick.
The discography speaks for itself.
That's very disrespectful.
Okay.
It speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Y'all took Pac and Hove and wait, what am I talking about? No, I'm taking Biggie. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
I was like, this is very disrespectful.
Yeah, what's going on,
man? Shocking. You never know the time Sin is on, yo.
I'm about to say, because I felt like Big was going to fall to me, because I was like, but then it probably wouldn't have got past Dini, honestly.
Big wasn't getting past me, bro. Big and Pop.
I'm shocked.
It was about to be crazy just now. I was like, I just stayed shut when Sin made that pick. Like,
that's why you don't react to the picks. You know, so niggas don't try to take the winning pick. All right, keep your poker face.
In the second round, with the first overall pick, who you got?
My second round number one pick is Snoop Dogg.
Ooh,
best number two in rap.
America's Most Wanted.
Two of America's Most Wanted. I can't, if Pac is the franchise player, Snoop being the second in charge, that works. You know what I mean? He did it on the Chronic. He's probably the most famous rapper ever to this day. If there's anybody that can rival 96 Pac, it's 93 Snoop. You know what I'm saying? In impact, in culture, in quality. I'm super comfortable having, Pete, Tupac, and Snoop Dogg on the team, man. This is easy money right now, man.
Wow. With the second overall, go ahead. What happened, said?
I said Baylor's gonna be your biggest fan base.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? West, right? With the second overall pick in the second round, Denny, what you got?
No one chose Nas, right?
I did.
Oh, you chose Nas?
Yeah, everybody's
going on to the man.
Lay off the weed.
It's on me. It's on me. You know that's a fact. I'm going with Kanye West. With the unison of my first round pick. It already worked. It worked for a lot of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of years. Not even R&B, fuck that. One of the greatest discographies in hip hop of all time. You know what I'm saying? All time. Penn may be a little in question, but as far as like everything else that a rapper can give you, he can give you that. Kanye has a lot of bags he can tap into. You'll get the production aspect of it, which is like vainglorious. I mean, I really can't lose at all. Like, again.
Okay. So I get, yeah, that's a weak pick, Deanie, but you know that's cool. With the third overall pick in the second round, you know, just to continue pissing off Sincere, I'm going to take Kendrick Lamar with my pick. You know what I mean?
Now, I thought about that, John, but I'm like, I ain't want to hear niggas rag me for the next 10 minutes, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
you care too
Like-
much. They're gonna rag you for something else. You know what I mean? Pick the best team. So I got Nas and Kendrick Lamar as 2/3 of the ultimate rap.
Yes,
Rap. You got Biggie Smalls. Who you going with next?
That's culture right there.
Shit, I got Biggie.
You could go into the 80s now. You know, to the 80s.
It's all over.
You got some options.
You do.
I got options, but I'm trying to think in terms of like, I don't know, in terms of impact, in terms of like putting together, you know what I mean, like a good body of work as a unit. Fuck it, I'm gonna go Jadakiss.
Jadakiss.
That's a good one.
Wow.
That's a really good one.
Biggie and Jada? Come on,
Biggie
man.
and Jada.
You think that the sparring would have been elite?
Oh my God, man. We really got cheated out of, you know,
A lot.
of Biggie and Jadakiss
Yeah, we did.
collaborations.
That's a fact.
We got a couple. It wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough.
You know what I mean? So fuck it. I'm gonna go Jay. Fuck it.
Wow. In the final round with the first pick, Mesito is back to you.
Me and Sin got a little Death Row versus Bad Boy situation going on right now, man. What's going on, Sin?
Only right.
But I'm gonna have to switch it up on the third pick. Switching the record labels, staying on the coast. Number 3 is Ice Cube. And that completes my big 3 90s of the West Coast. I have street anthems. I have political bars. You know what I mean? I got classic albums, classic guest appearances. I got classic movies. I got everything on this team, man. You know, listen. I wanted a theme around my big 3. I didn't just want 3 people that just met each other yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So personally, this big 3, you know, Baylor, he let me know about myself the last episode. So Baylor's, you know, he's the co-GM. You know what I'm saying? Over on the
so
West Coast.
you trying to please Baylor, but the OVO captain didn't pick Drake?
Hey, listen. When Drake responds, you know what I'm saying? He go punishment.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
I had to pick the big 3 that I felt was gonna work. You know, on record, off record, icons.
But part of it too is like, would they?
Will it work?
Would the sparring? With the rap B3,
will it coincide?
Of course.
Snoop not battling nobody.
Listen, man, we got no Vaseline to hit him up. Snoop Dogg could just spit ad-libs in the background. You feel what I'm saying? Snoop is there to provide the weed and make us look cool, man. You feel what I'm saying? Snoop is the real gangbanger, right? Pac and Ice Cube, they rapping. Snoop bring, you know, the LBC crew, and we loaded, bro.
Nah, but I'm saying though. Remember,
The
part of
vibes.
the allure of the big 3 is the competition individually amongst the 3.
Right.
Snoop can't out rap Pac or Cube. Like that's you know what I mean?
I mean, he can't out rap Cube, but I can make the argument that the crown and you know, until DMX came around, went from Cube to Snoop to Pac. If you want to be honest, I can make that argument. You know what I mean? For the first half of the 90s, the run that Cube was on, then Snoop coming through 93, 94, you know, then Pac coming out of jail. Listen, I feel like I got nothing but MVP years right now when it comes to these 3. You know what I mean?
Snoop had that talk.
And we got Friday and Juice, man. Come on now. We got the movies too, bro.
Shit, me.
All right, so Deanie, you have Kanye West and Jay-Z. With your final pick, who are you taking?
Because Mesito dropped the ball trying to keep it West Coast. We going out to the 6.
Wow.
Drizzy.
Wow.
And that combination may produce one of the greatest albums like of all time. Like between those 3, that can literally be something that's like achievable. You get what I'm saying? In real time with a few phone calls. You get what I'm saying? Like,
and a few ghostwriters. God damn.
Right.
It may possibly be some assistance. Possibly.
I feel like
Possibly.
Sin and I are the only ones who really are picking because we know what this big 3 is all about, and in the individual competition in the bars that will be traded. Because like Drake, we already see what Drake and Kanye about. It's real catty and subby. and then it's Jay-Z.
It
Jay-Z won't
works.
even Jay won't respect them other two guys. He's not gonna rap at them nothing too crazy. He's a little pop-outs, you know what I mean? Kiss and Biggie will be going at it. You know what I'm saying?
They did go at it.
Nas and Kendrick will squabble. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like, I think that the other half of this draft is kind of dominating it. But anyway, with the third pick, for me, to make sure that this big three is very staticky and filled with paranoia, I'm going with 50 Cent.
Fuck!
50 Cent.
That's a good pick.
Fuck.
I'm not
you.
mad at it.
That means the beef will never die.
Another Titan.
Shit.
I like that.
Free smoke for life.
I really thought 50 was gonna slip to me. Pause.
No.
No.
Yes.
See, this is
The moment of truth, son.
Shit.
Drum roll, please.
Drake is going.
The countdown.
Think about it.
I'm not doing it. I didn't even think about him, honestly, man.
Mac Miller.
I'm surprised you no ghosts.
I mean, Ghost is there, but I mean, I'm thinking in terms of impact.
Wait, clear. Ghost had impact for the people who would get offended.
No three stacks.
Not big. We talking about big three impact, top of the food chain impact.
It was sin in the NBA draft. They'd have picked for you by now, bro. I'm gonna be
You know what I mean? You know what? I'll go with DMX.
I like it.
I like that pick.
I like it.
Energy.
I like that pick.
Big
That's
New York.
Yeah, that's a solid 3.
Big New York for Sin. Sin kept it very raw, gutter New York. I got a
Right.
West Coast affiliate and 2 Queens niggas, and I'm from Brooklyn. Go figure. Deanie got New York, Chicago, and Canada, and Mesita went all West. So the New York podcast has a good balance.
No, man. I thought she was up in Canada and shit.
Nah, Mace is a West Coast nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? I had that.
East Coast, West Coast, brother.
So chat, we're gonna put the poll up. Now that this is done, you're gonna vote and you're gonna tell us which 3 is the ultimate 3. Like if they was at the top of rap, how exciting, how action packed, how impactful, what would the beefing be like, etc. Make your votes, make your picks, and say which of the 4 of us has the strongest ultimate rap big 3. You know what I mean? Ignorantly, I'm gonna take mine. I feel like Kendrick, Lamar, Nas, and 50 are very intriguing. Mace is very intriguing. Deanie, I feel like having Jay-Z kind of put you in last place by default. You know how that goes already. We don't control that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know what? The Biggie Smalls, DMX, and Kiss. This is going to be a tight poll right here.
That's dangerous.
That is crazy.
The voting is going to be very interesting on that one. And again, before we get into the next segment, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment, subscribe, run everything up. Help us continue to grow the brand. You've been behind us to help us level us up. We need that energy to continue going forward. Make sure you do that. And again, it never gets missed on us that with the millions of podcasts on YouTube, the people who dedicate time out of their day, whether it's this lunch hour or during the commutes when we drop in early in the week, you can choose any pod, but you choose us. So trust me, we appreciate it, especially with all the competition, the squabbling, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all dedicate time to the Rap Roundtable. Much love and appreciation. But Marciology from Rock Marcy. We've seen in the chats, we've seen in the comment section, you guys have been asking like, what's the word? What do y'all think about Rock's new album? Do you like it? Some people said it's fire. Some people have just asked what we thought, but they didn't say what they thought. So I'm a little curious about what you're going to think about this reaction. So Sid Rap Song was the first person to tap into the project. So Sid, what are your thoughts on a follow-up from last year's Borderline? Was it last year? It was last year.
No,
last year.
I thought it feels like last year. It was
2022, right?
Elephant Man's Bones.
There you go. So with that being said, this is a follow-up project.
Yeah.
A lot of people critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Where does he fall with this one?
Okay. I'll preface it with saying, I'm one of the biggest Rock Marcy fans. Deanie and I was at the show out in Brooklyn a couple weekends ago. First of all, Rock Marcy is fucking ill live. You know what I mean? I'll admit I'd never seen him live before that show, so it was ill to watch him perform live. Rock Marcy is one of those artists that I feel is a an acquired taste for some. You know what I mean? And so everybody's not gonna get Rock Marcy. Now, for me, being a fan of Rock Marcy since like Mark Berg, since like the Snow remix with Sean P. You know what I mean? I'm very well versed in Rock Marcy's discography. He has some classics. This one to me is a good album, but I don't think it's quite up there with some of the albums that I love from Rock Marcy, like to the fullest. You know what I mean? He's literally just coming off of the Elephant Man's Bones with Alchemist, which I think is one of his greatest albums. It's to me, it's masterful. It's an opus to me. You know what I mean? So to follow it up, it's a tall order. I do like the album, but I think that I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more coming off of Elephant Man's Bones. Goyard God is fire. Gold Crossbow. It grew on me. I didn't love it at first listen, but it grew on me. Tapeworm is fire. Killing Spree with Crime Apple is fire. Higher Self, one of the Alchemist joints is fire. But you know what I mean? I feel like there was a little bit of the energy that I felt from Elephant Man's Bones that was kind of missing here. And I can't really put my finger on it. But it's you know what I mean? It's a good album. To me, Rock Marcy is incapable of dropping anything that's trash. You know what I mean? So, but as far as a full body of work, it's a good album. But it's not. I don't feel like it's up there with some of his best albums that he's put out. I'll put it that way.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I expect this thing to come in here and be like, yo, fire, hands down, 12 out of 10. All right, that's a fair assessment. Do you need a balance? You tapped in Rock Marcy, Marciology. Your thoughts?
I liked it. I actually really liked it. You know, like I know of Rock Marcy, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not on the sin level where I'm like fully like locked in with him, you know what I'm saying, to determine whether shit is classic or not. So I didn't know, but he always is an interesting cat, you know what I'm saying? So I said, let me pop out and see. Live, dude is amazing. The energy, palpable energy. Like, first of all, to see like a high stream underground artist, you know what I'm saying, have that kind of like the way this shit was packed, the venue, like it was a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was just like gave us a few songs off the album, which I thought it's a different experience when you hear the song before the album comes out too. Like you're immersed in the music. Goyard God to me was fire. I thought the album started off cool with the intro. You know what I'm saying? That was Marciology, cool. But when Goyard God came on, I thought that was fire. Shout out to Animus. Good Gold Crossbow, fire. True Love, I love True Love. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my top two three-peats on this. It has 2 3-peats on this album. Goyard God, Gold Crossbow, True Love, fire to me. I thought Baby's Kids was super cool. I love Bad Juju with Larry June. Tapeworm and Killing Spree back to back. Those 2 3-peats back to back, bro, really is what sold me on the album. I thought it ended a little light. You know, I thought Higher Self with TF and Flea Low was fire, and On the Run was fire too, but it didn't end as strong. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what I was gonna get. I was gonna get that airy, woozy, soulful production. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your boys, Sin, Eddie, what's the homie's name? The engineer?
Eddie Sancho.
Yeah, he did what's the name of the joint he did on this joint? Eddie Sancho. He did True Love. Yeah, the shit with the reggae sample. Yeah. I love that song. You know what I'm saying? So like shout out to him. The Alchemist joints of fire, Animus really showed up. I really like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be spinning joints back from this. Like there's at least 4 songs that are like gonna be in heavy rotation on this album. Shout out to you, made me a believer, my nigga. I'm here for it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. You know what, Dini, coming off of the Future High, I fully expected you to come in and kind of panic. Like I'm surprised that you came away impressed.
I was, you know what it is? It's basically he's the precursor to Griselda. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like Griselda kind of like took that vibe and like put like ice on it. You get what I'm saying? It's shiny now. Like I feel like his shit is a little more raw and in the dirt. Pause. You get what I'm saying? So but it's still fire. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's just they glittered it up, and I like my shit a little glittery with the music, and I like my shit turned up. I like bass. I like sound. I like a feeling when I hear the music, and I thought he did that on a few of these joints. Like when True Love really fucked me up. I'm like, this is fire. You throw a good reggae sample and a good hip hop beat, you gonna have my ear. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And Tapeworm is fire. Like he has genuinely fire songs on this album.
Tapeworm
Like
is fire. Yeah,
fire, bro. Like,
All right, Mace, talk to me.
Interesting, fellas. I also I thought the album was more solid, so I guess you could say I'm leaning on the Sin side of things. Pause. When it comes to joints, y'all mentioned True Love endless times. True Love is the joint on here. I actually, when I did the research on the joint, a lot of people were saying it gave them Mad Lib vibes. So Sin, you could probably speak closer to that. You know what I'm saying? Went Diamond, I think, is dope. I like Larry Bird on here. Gold Crossbow is also dope. You know, I'm also like Sin, a fan of Marcy from the Markberg days. The guy spoke about the blog era during the last episode. Rock is like the blog era underground dude. You know what I mean? So from that era, he was always like a must listen type of rapper. He's not doing anything different here. You know, Mark, listen, he's two things. He's gonna have crazy beats and he's gonna talk, the wildest shit. Dean Malenko is the man of 1,000 holds. Rock Marcy is the man of 1,000 ways to tell you how much flyer he is. You know what I'm saying? So Rock, he's in his wheelhouse here. I don't think it's towards the top of his discography, not necessarily. But if you a Marcy fan, you gonna be happy here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sin mentioned, he has a dope discography. For me, the style limits him from being able to make that 5-star album. But also because of how consistent he is, he rarely goes below a 4 for me in his albums. So it's a good album. I wouldn't say if you wanted to listen to Rock Marcy, listen to this first. I don't think it's gonna end up in the top 5 albums of the year, but it's dope because Rock Marcy, he's always kind of dope. Feel me?
I could just jump in here very quickly. One, I think he has a contender for 5 Mic Classic with Elephant Man's Bones. Two, I do want to point out that because Mace said, you're not gonna get a lot of variety. Like he's not gonna try too many different things. But I did notice that there was a couple of joints on this album where he did switch up the flow. You know what I mean? And generally speaking, yes, it's true. Like throughout his discography, he generally attacks or approaches a song in much the same way, song after song. Marciology, the intro, switched up the flow. Baby's Kids, he switched up the flow. The closer, Flocks, at the end, switched up the flow. So I commend him for that. You know what I mean? There was one more point I had, but I forgot it now. So on to John.
I mean, you know what it is? And Sin and I talked about it off air, and I'm gonna give you my biggest gripe at the project. I'm not even gonna waste time and try to gas it. Like, I don't like the production on this. I don't really, beat for beat. I'm not a fan of this project. Like to me, coming off of what Alchemist did, I understand it's Alchemist. You know what I mean? I get it. So if I'm not showing the producers on this project enough grace in totality, forgive me. But it's just bro, there's high moments. Yeah, there's some fire on the production side. And I guess you could say, why is y'all focusing on the beats? It's because I don't need to focus on the rapping with Rock Marciano. This nigga's nice. He's one of the best in the world. In fact, I think we probably don't do him enough justice to add him into those conversations as a podcast when it comes to being one of the best spitters in the world. And he does it he does it effortlessly. Like Mace said it himself. He's an A1 fly talk rapper with A1 lyricism, flow switching, pocket switching, come in on the 4th count of the beat, the 3rd count, the 2nd. He does what he wants to do on his records, and it's with no effort. So it's I'm not questioning his rapping ability. I don't need to ever question that. But if we're just talking about the listening experience, it's a little mixed for me. I didn't like the intro. The intro had lost me for a second. What is this? On the second go around, I'm like, all right, I can see the vision. But for me, I didn't really get into this project until True Love came on, and then it was a run from True Love through Went Diamond. Was like, all right, I'm fucking with it. You know what I mean? Did it slow down a little bit? And again, is this a car album? When I listen to it, no. When I listen to it leisurely in the crib, just doing stuff like what you're doing, whatever your chores or whatever your housework, whatever it is, it hit a little bit better. I didn't make the mistake the first time of coming off of a Future high and trying to play this shit. Bad mistake, not the right frame of mind to do that. Like you can't go from Future to Rock Marcy,
that's a heavy
especially
transition.
Marciology. Nah. And I made an error driving from Connecticut back to Brooklyn trying to get in a certain type of zone. Bad mistake. The second listen is better, but it's like, bro, I would have rathered him go back to back with Alchemist. I don't think at this level that he's ascended to as an artist, as a person who's one of the forefathers of this space, to be going backwards with the production. That's just my opinion. You need to be with all world producers, all world even the engineering. It didn't sound as good as his last project. Like everything seems like it took a step back when it comes to the listening experience. Now, again, to the people who love this kind of music because of the subgenres that exist within rap, this falls right in line. Look at the niggas he got on the album. Crime Apple's on his album. Yeah. Larry June's on his album. Jay Worthy on his album. Knowledge of Pirates. This album is made for Kenny. This is a Kenny Mac. Kenny Mac probably gave us 10 likes. This album, and the thing is, I gotta respect that. He's not like Rock Marcy's not trying to impress me. He has a particular base that goes for this type of music, and that's their bread and butter. And he made an album that feeds them, and it's probably 5 mics to them. But for me, as a person who's not locked into him, not an A1 fan, I like Westside way more than him. Even if Westside took some of his shit from Rock Marcy, I prefer to listen to Westside more. You know what I mean?
I feel like he might have taken a couple of shots at Westside too on these.
He did it on the last project. We talked about that when we reacted. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Westside took a lot of Rock Marcy's aesthetic. Like, no disrespect to Gunn. I love Westside Gunn's music, but I can also be objective here. Rock Marcy is very inspirational. And I'll leave it at that. This project is solid for me. I'm not in love with it. I'm gonna only revisit a handful of tracks from it. I'm not saying it's whack. I just like I'm kind of with Sin and Mace. It's decent, but I'm not in love with it. I love his previous project with Alchemist much better. Like that's the album that still gets spins for me to this day. But this right here, for me, is a bit of a step back. I'm sorry, Sin.
No. Don't apologize to me because I mean, again, like, and you know, I'll own up to you know what I mean? Not approaching certain works on their own merit and always having, you know what I mean, what came previously or the work surrounding it, and always having that as context. Some people might feel that that's unfair. Some people might feel that, like, you know, you should go into a project fresh and not judge it against other projects, even in their own discography. But you know what I mean? I can't help it. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? When look, I'm gonna go back to Elephant Man's Bones real quick. Hold on, and you know what I mean. When I think of like Daddy Kane, Quantum Leap, the Rubber Hand Grip, Rubber Hand Grip.
Come on, bro.
When I tell you that shit starts off, and I'm like, and this is what I look for sometimes in an album. When something comes on, a song comes on, especially with an intro, and you're like, oh, wait, what's this? This is not what I expected. But then like 2 bars in and you're like, oh, shit, this shit really fucking goes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Rubber Hand Grip was like an unexpected sonic experience, but it didn't take me long to like tap into it or be tapped into it. You know what I mean? Daddy Kane, Quantum Leap, Bubble Bath, Trillion Cut with Boldy James, you know what I mean? Like,
speaking of Boldy, was there a fake sounding Boldy on this album? There's no Boldy like feature, right? I felt like there was a Boldy sounding dude on there, like.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? God.
Yeah, I think it was on Larry Bird, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
There was another feature on Larry Bird, and I wasn't sure who it was. I should go check back on it. But yeah, man, like, you know what I mean?
Great God. That's dude's name.
That's his name? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no offense to you, Great God.
Yeah. but you know, let me not digress too much. I'm just saying, like, coming off what I think is the opus of Elephant Man's Bones, and coming into this album, it's solid, it's good, it's got dope joints, but as a full body of work, it you know what I mean? Like it's just good. That's all I'll say. It's good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it can just be good. Everything we get into this habit now. When projects come out, everyone is jumping out. It's a classic. It's so fire. 100 fire emojis. And some albums are just good. Some albums are just okay. For me, this one is just okay. And if you think I'm full of shit for saying that, it's all right. It's not going to change my opinion of this project. I'm sorry. But if you like it, I'm not telling you. Because that's the thing. Sometimes when we have platforms, people think if we say it's just okay, we're trying to tell you that you should agree with us. No, if you love this project, salute. Kenny Mac loves it. We love that for you. We like that look for you. But for me personally, it's just not for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
But also, so you know, a little shout out to some of the quotables on here. Just you know what I mean, to show proper respect.
Of course.
To Rock Marcy's pen. You know what I mean, his delivery. You know what I mean, Sneak. This is I heard it. I heard a couple. It's beneath me like a sneaker bubble. Love that line. You know what I mean?
Never sprung for a BBL trailer full of hoes. Your boy needs a CDL. That shit is crazy. Hold on. It was one more that had me. The streets was wild back then. Even T-Boz had a Mac 10. Crazy.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like the rapping is there. Like this guy does it in this. He's another guy that when people start saying like J. Cole saying y'all he the best, he number one. You got to get in the ring with these guys. You got to rap with them before you could proclaim best anything. This is guys, you know what I'm saying? Rands, the Romes, the Rocks. You got to get in the ring with these guys. You got to show that you can. Don't pick the who you think is the easiest out of that particular bunch. Shit, get in the ring with Conway. See if you the best. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got in the ring with Benny, and Benny not them, and that's not a shot at Benny, but Benny's not them when it comes to this bar shit. You know what I mean? So are you the best J. Cole? Not. I mean, the mainstream, yeah, but the entire rap landscape with the way the internet works in 2024, it ain't nothing to shoot a DM and make some shit happen.
Right.
If Big Sean can have 1,000 niggas from Detroit on one song, you can't connect with Griselda for a record.
And look, honestly, I mean, he did with Benny, but I mean, you know, dig a little deeper. You know what I mean? You went for the top. Ooh, excuse me. You went for the top. The top, the most mainstream at the moment. Griselda guy. You know what I mean? Do a joint with Conway. Link up with West. Link up with Rome. Link up with you know what I mean? Boldy. Link up with Ransom. Link up with you know what I mean? Rock Marcy.
Come on now. Let's see.
Honestly, I could honestly see J. Cole. That I mean, he rides around in like. You know, thrifted tees on a fucking bicycle.
Huffies.
I could see him making that move. Honestly,
yeah, I can.
Why not?
If they go out and ask, because I'm sure Benny probably said, "Fuck it, I'm asking." Well, a lot of people think J. Cole wouldn't, respond. But Cole, listen, he did records with Yachty, with Beer. Like, I don't think your notoriety is necessarily a factor with J. Cole. I think he just like to rap. You know what I mean?
If he could give away the bars he gave away to Redacted in one of the most lopsided features in rap history, you can get in the ring with all them niggas we just named.
He did a joint with Gangstar just a couple of years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Posthumous, you know what I mean? With Guru.
And that was alright. That was a good record.
That was dope.
It's time for the so-called nice rappers to link up with the nice rappers from all over the space, all over the nation, and let's see who's who. That's all I'm saying. I ain't asking for much, but we don't want anybody getting fired. So let's get into a little speed run before we get up out here. A little news and notes. First things first, Macito come to the forefront. Reports are that Cassie is going to be cooperating with the federal government in their investigation against Puff Daddy. What? Can you help us out with that?
Listen, that's the word. They say Cassie is, she might already be helping. Let's be honest, because there had to be some reason that they locked down, Puff 3 Cribs. It can't be over hashtag allegations, right? They got to have something going on. So that's the word, that Cassie's going to be, working with the prosecution. And the important thing about this is that Cassie's the only one that's telling this story from her point of view. You know what I mean? So Cassie could, you know what I mean? It's almost like Cassie was the one going out and getting the guys and going out and, getting the drugs and holding the gun, according to her. So Cassie working with the feds is like the last thing that your boy Puff wants, man. I hope he take a lot more of these Miami trips because that don't look too good.
And it's crazy because just a few days ago in the live, it was like, is he not on the run? Then the report comes out, like it's almost like they watched the rap roundtable and did the report after Cassie's fucking gonna be assisting the Fed. So it's like, I guess he is on the run. Or is it just like he knows it's a rap and he's just enjoying his life? But it's over, ain't it? It gotta be Cassie. Like what?
They keep saying we praying. They keep saying we praying on the downfall, but it's looking worse and worse. Okay, 50 Cent is praying on the downfall. We just documenting, folks.
Yeah.
Cassie got the bag and spinning the block. Make sure she hit the body, bro. That's all this is, man. She making sure the body's on the ground.
Bro, she kicking that, man. She got the steel toe boots on right in the ribs. Like everything you made me do.
After everything that was in those documents,
and
now linking up with the government,
and that's after she took the payoff, took the bread, the 30 M's, and still cooperating. Golly.
And remember the NDA in a court of law, that's out the window. So no matter what she signed with this court order,
criminal investigation.
Once the feds on you, that NDA is done, man.
Gone. Throw it right out.
The next thing, we're gonna stay there with people, who may or may not be in trouble with the government. We know we've been talking about people want Jay-Z out of here badly. Like there's a lot of people on the internet who are waiting for the news to hit like cocaine or crack in the 80s that the feds are on to Jay-Z and the walls are caving in. Reports come out that the Made in America show that happens in Philadelphia year to year has been canceled. And the way the verbiage was, it's almost like it's going to be going through some type of a rebrand, like Made in America, essentially, is no more. So consider Rap's not about coming to you with this one. Like, it's considering the Rock Nation brunch, now Made in America, is Jay-Z next on the pack 'em up list?
I can't put that on him without any sort of substantiated stories, any sort of, anything that's come out against him. He doesn't have a Cassie coming out against him. But it is a little suspicious to have both the brunch and the Made in America festival canceled in the same year when both of these things have been going on year after year after year. I mean, the brunch took a little bit of a hiatus. COVID happened, but but yeah, man, we were saying before, there's no smoke there. There can't be a fire. There's no smoke there for Hov. But these two huge events that are very closely tied to Jay-Z and Rock Nation, both being canceled in the same year. This is a couple of puffs. No pun intended. A couple of puffs of smoke.
In the air.
I would say there's like a little. There's some wood there. There's some branches. You're building the fire.
There's a smell.
Right. It's like that. It's the smell of summer, but it's usually a good thing. When you walk into the neighborhood and somebody finally starts grilling, but they lighten the charcoal first. I'm smelling a little charcoal. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Mace. There was this whole thing about, what was it, a personal trainer, somebody who had an aneurysm that they said might be what comes to light for Jay-Z?
Listen, that's a rumor. That's a long time rumor. I remember that old magazine Benzino started after the stores folded. They were the first ones to run this story. I believe the name is Kathy White, correct? That Jay-Z had a trainer. There's also a story that she might have been pregnant with Jay-Z's child. You know what I'm saying? There was there's a lot of rumors regarding it, to be honest with you.
Kathy White, the Becky with the good hair?
Hey, she wasn't. This wasn't Becky with the good hair. You know what I mean? This is a different one. You know what I mean? I don't know with that. What's going on with the Carters? But Job, and in general, bro, what's going on with Rock Nation? Are they not paying their bills or something? Is everything going into Beyonce's rollout? What's going on, Job?
I'm gonna give the people what they want because as much as I don't be on hold the way they say I am, I'm gonna wear the cape right now because why the fuck not? He's rolling out an album, all hands on deck for the next Jay-Z project. I'm selling it. You know what I mean? Buying stock in the new Jigga Man album that's coming out fourth quarter 2024. That's all it's about. Fuck the brunch, fuck the weekend. Put all the efforts into the biggest rollout ever.
So, are you saying this is his version of clearing the Instagram profile?
Of course, he's on.
Wow.
Because if you let them tell it, he was hiding, and then he popped out with somebody last week. The weekend before that, he was liking posts about the Kendrick Lamar verse. So he's chilling somewhere. So it got to be something. And remember that little Instagram post when the person said that I'm working on Jay-Z's album and Rock Nation refuted it. I'm gonna wear the cape because that's what the people want. They want me to wear the cape so they can say I'm full of shit and say the album is on the way fourth quarter 2024. Dini, this one is for you before we get out of here. Metro Boomin. Hold on.
Oh, I thought it was the same question.
Calmate. Metro Boomin and Future have announced that I Still Don't Trust You is dropping a week from today. We're getting sequels about 3 weeks apart. The madness that was the first weekend to drop with the Kendrick Lamar verse. My question to you would be, do you expect there to be even more Aubrey slander on this project, or is it going to be something else entirely?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can't set the precedent like that and then just fall out like that. Also, I know if you notice when you see the tweet that Metro put up, what he said, job's not finished. He put the Kobe tweet up. You know what I'm saying? So job not finished, what? Just giving you good music or slow roasting this nigga? Like, what job is not finished? So maybe there's a lot more that they want to expose about Drake. This was just a teaser, bro. You get what I'm saying? We still don't trust you. that hits a lot harder than we don't trust you. That's different. You get what I'm saying? So
Drake is currently having big Future effigies built as we speak. Big Metro Boomin heads as we speak. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a whole stadium of effigies to, mythically shoot at and shit.
You hate to
make
see
some
it.
music, man.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what is like? I'm not mad at it. As much as we enjoyed the last Future album, with Metro, like 3 weeks apart, so you giving us at least 30 songs, at least a Future and Metro for year 2024. You know what I mean? It's exciting for the culture. It's exciting for the Mixie boys, the Caddy boys to be outside. But again, we don't need people to get fired. They need a balance. Take us home.
Yo, salute to the Chizat. Hit the like button. Don't be afraid to hit the Cash App on the game too. You see the link right there. Rap Roundtable, get you a cap, get you the beacon of the culture, man. The Rap Roundtable. Shout out to Jarvie, the point guard. Shout out to So Sincere, the rap snob. Shout out to Macito, voice of the industry, voice of the culture. I'm Dean the Balance of the Force, your mother's favorite, and we out here. It's the fucking lunch hour. Boom.